So I'm actually on my way now to an event. It is a speaking event by this guy. It's a Chinese speaker called, surname is Zhou. I think it's Zhou Zi or Zhou Wenqiang. Is it related to the Rich Dad Foundation or something like that? I don't really have a clue at this point. It's just my friend is inviting me to attend, and I think it's going to be very beneficial because I think in the near future, as I want to inform more people about personal development and the science of human success, new thought and things like that, I think it's very important to be able to speak on the stage and reach more people and do public speaking and things like that. So I think it's very important for me to also observe and learn from someone that's successful, that knows how to do it. And as I meet more of these people and see how they do it, I think it's going to be very beneficial for myself as well, because I think that it's going to help me grow as a business person, as a business leader, as a speaker, as a thinker, right? Because not only I can reach more people, it's also very good for my own personal development as well. So I'm really looking forward to what I can learn. I think it's related to like a wealth mindset, or like they call it new thinking. So I have no idea, and maybe after the event I'll come back and document my thoughts here as well. So that is what my focus is going to be actually in the near future. I will be actually learning how to speak and actually practicing, and just wanting to get my message out there so that it's really good and helpful for me as well to understand my material as well, because I think that by presenting, by sharing and by teaching it to others, I will become more certain and more sure of my own material, right? So that's my update for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll come back later and maybe also do one to document what I learned today and share it with you guys as well. So if you are experiencing a similar journey, feel free to comment below and let me know where you are at with your business, right? With your mindset, with your journey in personal development. Just comment below, and remember to like this video as well and subscribe to my channel so you receive ongoing updates, and be sure to hit the notification bell as well. So if you know a friend of someone that can benefit from my content when it comes to personal development and self-improvement and things like that, do them a favor and tag them in the comments below, or even go ahead and just share them the link to this video, and you never know whose life you could change when you take an action like that. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in my next one soon. So the event just ended, and I thought that while my memory is still fresh, I would share the main 2 or 3 takeaways that I had from this event. Apparently this Mr. Zhou, he's calling himself Zhou Zi, so he's Zhou Wenqiang. He's calling himself the Chinese version of his mentor, that's the Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. So he's a Robert Kiyosaki mentee, and he brought his teachings to China, and he apparently has helped a lot of people found their financial freedom through Robert's teaching. And he also, what I like is he really also add his own, like the Tao and the law of attraction, and also a lot of mindset stuff into his kind of his own blend, right? It's his own Tao of financial freedom. And one of the things that really struck me was when he said financial freedom is not just about the ability to do what you love, it's also the freedom to say no to what you don't want to do. So that's another interesting way to look at having freedom, right? It's not just what you want, it's the ability to do what you don't want, right? That's a different way of looking at freedom. He also said that in every relationship, whether it's personal or business, there is always a leader and a follower. And he's saying that for the 3% that are successful in this world, they're all leaders, because they're creating their own lives and they're dictating what happens to them in their world. And the 97% are the 97% because they are followers, right? And I said it in Mandarin, so my interpretation is that because they let others do their thinking for them. So it made me think that, a lot of times when I make myself the leader, that's when I found the most success, because every time I put myself as a follower, and it's not so much whether the leading and following, it's whether you are actually taking the responsibility of doing your own thinking so that you lead the life you want versus being in a reactive mode. That's, to me, that's being a follower, right? I'm a good student, I'm coachable, but I think if you let yourself let other people do the thinking for you, then you're gonna fall into the so-called 97%. So I think we all have to make a conscious decision to be leaders in our own life, so that we take control rather than being reactive. Because if change is the only constant and we are reactive all the time, man, that is not a good place to be. And last but not least, my final insight is that at the end of the day, he mentioned, and this is, I think, Robert Kiyosaki teaches this all the time as well, is that financial freedom occurs when your money coming in through your passive income exceeds your expense, the money going out, or something along those lines. I have to read Rich Dad all over again. It's something along those lines. It's like financial freedom is when your money coming in through your passive income, not active income, exceeds your expenses. Right? That's when you can declare that you are financially free. So it's not just that, but it's also the mindset that whether you want to think like an employee when you're trading your time for money, or whether you want to think as a small business owner and you're working inside the business, or you can shift to think like an entrepreneur, like a big business owner. Instead of exchanging your time for money, or instead of working for money, you are managing people so that people make you money. And finally, when you become an investor, it's about money making you money. So after this event, I think I really need to sit down and rethink my own relationship with wealth and my own relationship with leverage, right? Am I being so-called lazy in a good way, so that I am not having the typical employee mindset of, go to school, get a job, and then trade your time for money? Because there is only so much you can do to achieve that. And I certainly don't want to be living a life where I'm working so hard and then I die. Right? So it's really causing me to sit back and think about thinking. And last but not least, I think my greatest takeaway is that he mentioned that you're in entrepreneurship, you're in business because of personal development. At the end of the day, you don't want to chase after the money. He said real successful leaders, real successful business people, they're not chasing the money. They are chasing growth. Right? He said it in Mandarin, I'm just trying to translate loosely. He said, successful people chase after growth, and money becomes a byproduct. But when you're chasing after money, chasing after money, chasing after money, it puts you in a very reactive mindset. Right? So at the end of the day, I think what we are doing is to grow. It's personal development, if you think about it. And last but not least, I feel so thankful that I speak Mandarin, so I could understand most of what he's saying, and the way he delivers his speech and everything is so badass, it's so quick, it's so funny, and it's so enriching. And it's the first time I ever listened to a personal development talk, to this kind of speech in Mandarin. So it really creates a new dimension in my mind. It's the first time that I'm thinking and learning in this way. So all in all, great event. Zhou Wenjiang highly recommended. You can check out his stuff. I think you can never go wrong with someone like Robert Kiyosaki's teachings, Rich Dad, all good stuff. I am going to get all of his books. It's somewhere inside my cupboard. I have all of his books, and I'm going to start reading again. So that's it for my update. I hope you enjoy it, and I'm going to continue updating you with my progress in my next videos to come. So cheers and have a good day, guys.